Hey there, fellow adventurers. Let's face it, popular travel spots are great, but sometimes they're just too popular. Crowds, lines, overpriced everything, it kind of takes the magic out of the experience, right? But what if I told you there are jaw-dropping places in the US that most people completely miss? All across the country, there are hidden gems waiting to be discovered, places with stunning views, rich stories, and way fewer tourists. These spots offer everything you love about travel, adventure, beauty, and that rare feeling of stumbling into something special. Think sand dunes like mountains, sea caves you can paddle through, tiny towns full of character, and remote islands with wild horses. Yep, they're real, and they're incredible. Whether you're a road tripper, nature lover, or just someone who craves something a little different, these underrated destinations might just be your new favorites. They're off the beaten path, but not out of reach, and totally worth the detour. So, if you're tired of the same old vacation scenes and want something fresh, peaceful, and totally unforgettable, you're in the right place. We're about to count down 5 of the coolest, most under-the-radar spots in the US, and trust me, you're going to want to add them all to your bucket list. Ready for a little travel inspiration? Let's dive into these secret American treasures. Number 5. Great Sand Dunes National Park, Colorado. Why it's special? Okay, imagine this. You're standing at the base of what looks like a mini Sahara Desert, but instead of endless heat and flat land, you've got towering dunes, snow-capped mountains, and lush green meadows all in one view. Welcome to Great Sand Dunes National Park in southern Colorado, one of the most surreal and underrated places in the US. These aren't just any sand dunes. Some rise over 750 feet tall, making them the tallest in North America. And yes, you can climb them, sandboard down, and feel like a total adventurer while doing it. It's challenging, but the views from the top are totally worth every step. But wait, it gets better. In late spring and early summer, a little stream called Medano Creek appears at the base of the dunes, creating a natural splash zone where you can cool off and play in the water. It's like nature made a pop-up beach in the middle of the desert. At night, the stargazing is next level. With almost no light pollution, you can lie back and take in a sky full of stars. It's one of the best places for astrophotography in the country. If you're looking for something truly different, something that feels like stepping onto another planet, Great Sand Dunes National Park is calling your name. Bring sunscreen, your sense of adventure, and maybe a sled. You're going to love it. Number 4. Apostle Islands, Wisconsin. Nature's secret playground. If you've never heard of the Apostle Islands, don't worry, you're not alone. But once you see them, you'll wonder how they've stayed such a well-kept secret. Nestled in the clear, cool waters of Lake Superior, this chain of 21 islands is pure magic for nature lovers and outdoor adventurers alike. What makes this place stand out? First off, sea caves, gorgeous, naturally sculpted caves that you can kayak through in the summer, gliding along red sandstone cliffs with water so blue it feels tropical. You'll find old-growth forests, historic lighthouses, and even century-old shipwrecks that are just begging to be explored. Some by scuba, if you're feeling bold. But the real showstopper? Winter. If the lake freezes just right, you can hike across the ice and into the frozen ice caves, a surreal, sparkling world of icicles, frozen waterfalls, and echoing silence. It's like walking into a fairy tale, and it only happens when conditions align just right. There's also camping, sailing, hiking, and plenty of peaceful places to unplug and soak in the wild beauty. Whether you're paddling by moonlight or standing inside a frozen cavern, the Apostle Islands offer a kind of quiet wonder you won't find anywhere else. So if you're looking for your next great escape, and a place that feels a million miles from ordinary, put this gem on your radar. You won't regret it. Number 3. Bisbee, Arizona, an artsy, quirky escape. Welcome to Bisbee, Arizona, a tiny mountain town that's bursting with personality, creativity, and a little bit of mystery. Tucked away near the Mexican border, this former mining town has reinvented itself as a quirky, artsy haven that's unlike anywhere else you've been. Wandering the streets of Bisbee feels like stepping into a vintage postcard. Colorful buildings hug steep hillsides, and the whole place has a charmingly offbeat vibe. It's full of art galleries, funky shops, old saloons, and yes, some haunted hotels if you're up for a spooky overnight stay. But the real heart of Bisbee lies underground. The Queen Mine Tour lets you suit up with a hard hat and descend into the historic copper mine tunnels where miners once worked. It's not just fascinating, it's immersive, and gives you a real feel for the town's roots. Above ground, the town's bohemian spirit is alive and well. You'll find live music, murals on every corner, and some of the best vintage and antique shopping in the Southwest. And if you're into ghost stories? Let's just say Bisbee has plenty. The town is also incredibly walkable, with scenic staircases and views around every bend. Whether you're sipping coffee in a hidden cafe or watching the sun set over Red Rock Hills, Bisbee delivers charm, history, and just the right touch of weird. Looking for a road trip destination that's artsy, oddball, and unforgettable? Bisbee is waiting for you. Number 2. Cumberland Island, Georgia. What makes it magical? If you're craving a true escape, one where the only sounds are ocean waves, rustling trees, and the occasional hoofbeat, Cumberland Island might just be your dream come true. This secluded barrier island off the Georgia coast is wild, peaceful, and packed with mystery and beauty. First of all, you can't just drive here. You have to take a ferry, which already sets the tone for adventure. Once you arrive, it feels like stepping back in time. The island is home to wild horses that roam free, historic ruins of a once grand mansion, untouched white sand beaches, and dense maritime forests filled with live oaks draped in Spanish moss. There are no hotels, no shops, no cars, just trails, campsites, and incredible views. You can hike or bike across the island, explore the Dungeness ruins, relax on the empty beaches, or just enjoy the utter stillness. Camping here is a next-level experience. Think star-filled skies, campfires, and waking up to the sound of the surf. Cumberland Island is protected as a national seashore, so it stays wonderfully undeveloped. It's a haven for those who want to disconnect and reconnect with nature. Whether you stay for a day or pitch a tent for a weekend, this place will stay with you long after you leave. If solitude, beauty, and a little bit of wild magic sound like your kind of vacation, Cumberland Island is calling your name. Number 1. North Cascades National Park, Washington. The hidden gem of the Pacific Northwest. If you've ever dreamed of hiking through the Alps, but don't have a passport handy, head to North Cascades National Park in Washington. Known as the American Alps, this underrated gem is packed with jaw-dropping views, glacial peaks, turquoise lakes, and enough fresh mountain air to fill your soul. The craziest part? Hardly anyone goes there. While parks like Yosemite and Yellowstone draw millions of visitors, the North Cascades remain peaceful and pristine, even during peak season. That means no crowds, no traffic jams, and more space for you to explore and unwind. The scenery here is next level. We're talking snow-capped mountains, wildflower-covered meadows, mirror-like lakes, and over 300 glaciers, more than any other U.S. park outside of Alaska. Trails wind through alpine forests, up to scenic lookouts, and along rivers that look like they were photoshopped. Photographers, hikers, and nature lovers will be in heaven. Whether you're after a short scenic drive or a multi-day backcountry trek, the park has something for every level of adventure. Don't miss Diablo Lake, its glowing turquoise waters are unforgettable. And while it feels remote, the park is just a couple of hours from Seattle, making it surprisingly accessible. So if you're looking for wild beauty, peaceful trails, and the kind of views that make you pause and say, "Whoa," North Cascades National Park deserves that #1 spot on your list.